Dust blew across Silver Creek as Deputy Dorothy Kane tightened her badge. The sun blazed over the quiet frontier town, where justice was often delivered faster than prayers. Dorothy wasn't just the law, she was the only woman trusted to keep peace after her father, Sheriff Kane, passed. Her sharp eyes and steady aim earned her respect, the whispers followed her every step. That morning, a telegram arrived, outlaw Jesse Cole sighted near Silver Creek. Dangerous. Wanted dead or alive. Dorothy's jaw clenched. Jesse Cole, her father's killer. Or so everyone claimed. But deep down, Dorothy knew there was more to that story. Once, years ago, Jesse had saved her from a wild stallion when they were both just kids. He wasn't the monster the posters painted. Still, justice was her duty. She saddled her mare, Daisy, and rode toward the canyon trail. The hunt had begun, but in her heart, something else stirred. The line between law and love was about to blur, the canyon air smelled of dust and danger. Dorothy spotted smoke curling from a ridge, Jesse's camp. She raised her rifle, fingers steady on the trigger. "Don't," came a voice from behind the rocks. Jesse stepped out, unarmed, his blue eyes calm yet wary. "You shouldn't be here, Dorothy." "Shouldn't I?" she shot back. "You killed my father." "I didn't," he said quietly. "But I know who did." Her heart pounded. His voice, deep and familiar, brought back old memories, rides by the river, laughter under white skies. "Talk," she demanded. "Not here. Too many eyes watching." Dorothy hesitated, torn between duty and something deeper. If she took him in, her career would be secure. But her instincts whispered that the truth lived in his words. As dusk fell, she lowered her rifle. "You've got one chance, Jesse. Prove it." Their fates sealed in that canyon, they rode together toward a truth that could destroy them both. They reached an abandoned mine outside town. Jesse lit a lantern, revealing a map and old papers. "Your father was chasing a smuggling ring," Jesse explained. "He found out the mayor was behind it. They framed me before I could warn him." Dorothy's breath caught. "The mayor? He's been like family." Jesse met her gaze. "Family doesn't order a man's murder." A distant sound broke the silence, hooves. Someone was coming. Dorothy blew out the lantern, heart racing. Outside, shadowy riders moved toward them. "They found us," Jesse whispered. Gunfire shattered the night. Dorothy returned fire, her badge glinting in the lantern's last glow. When the smoke cleared, one outlaw lay dead, with the mayor's crest on his jacket. Dorothy's world shifted. Everything she believed about justice was collapsing. Jesse touched her arm. "Now you see why I ran." Dorothy looked at him, torn. "Then we fight back. Together." Silver Creek slept unaware while Dorothy and Jesse planned to expose the mayor's crimes. They hid in an old church on the edge of town. "Tomorrow, we tell the world," Dorothy said, eyes fierce. But Jesse shook his head. "They'll never believe us without proof." A noise outside. Boots. Voices. Flames suddenly roared up the walls, someone had set the church on fire. Dorothy coughed through smoke, trying to drag Jesse toward the back door. "This way." But a beam collapsed, trapping him. She screamed, pulling with all her strength. Finally, he broke free, his arm burned. Outside, they collapsed under the stars, the church blazing behind them. Jesse looked at her, soot-streaked and trembling. "You should have left me." "Never," she whispered, pressing her hand to his cheek. "You saved me once. I just returned the favor." And then, despite the chaos, their lips met, an outlaw and a deputy, bound by danger and something far stronger. Morning brought more than sunlight, it brought war. The mayor had declared both Dorothy and Jesse wanted for treason. Posters went up, Deputy Kane, armed and dangerous. Dorothy tore one down, fury in her veins. "He wants to bury the truth." "Then let's dig it up," Jesse said, showing her a ledger they'd found near the mine, proof of the mayor's smuggling routes and payments. They planned to take it to the governor, but bounty hunters were already on their trail. At the edge of town, the old sheriff's office stood abandoned. Dorothy looked inside and found her father's old badge, polished and waiting. "Guess I'm still the law," she said, pinning it on. Jesse smiled. "Then I'll be your outlaw." Together they rode toward the capital, their bond stronger than fear. The West was vast, but nowhere near wide enough to hide the truth forever. The governor's court was crowded as Dorothy and Jesse stood before the council, the ledger in her hand. The mayor sneered. "These are lies from a fugitive and a fallen deputy." Dorothy stepped forward. "Lies don't bleed," she said, tossing the burned crest of his men on the floor. Gasps filled the hall. The governor read the evidence, eyes narrowing. "Mayor Thompson, you're under arrest." The mayor lunged for his gun, but Jesse was faster. One shot rang out, disarming him. When it was over, justice had finally come to Silver Creek. Outside, the morning sun broke over the plains. Dorothy turned to Jesse. "What happens now?" He smiled, brushing dust from her shoulder. "Guess we start over. Maybe somewhere the law don't follow love." She smiled back, eyes soft. "Or maybe we write our own law." Hand in hand, they rode west, two souls bound by fire, freedom, and forbidden love.